Okay, welcome to our week 2 practical sessions. Alright, these are going to be the sessions that I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to work with some of the animation methods there, okay, techniques. Okay, which is we're going to focus on the pose-to-pose animations that are going to be used as a part of the methods and techniques. How are you actually going to animate your kind of characters for the rest of your lessons, for the rest of the semesters, for example. Okay? So that's it. So that means we are going to improve basically the way that you animate from this pose-to-pose animations kind of techniques over here. Why we call it pose-to-pose? Because we have to draw, for example, for every single movement there, right? But the things that we are going to do right now, okay, we are not actually using only a pose-to-pose animated kind of skills. At the same time, we learn also how to plan our animations back again. For examples, before you're going to animate any characters there, okay, you have to know where to start and where to stop. Okay, where to start and where to stop, you guys. That's the most important thing that we have to go through. All right, I'm going to introduce to you guys an animation chart, which is in any way around that you're going to animate your characters there, okay? Any single kind of motions that you're going to think of, you have to make sure that you know how to start the animations and you need to know how to stop the animations there. So we're going to use a frame chart or animation chart, okay, key pose framing chart, okay, which is we're going to work only 5 drawings for every motions. Only 5 drawings for every motions there. All right, this is a part of it. Okay, take a look over here. Only 5 drawings in order for you to execute your motions. Whether you're going to design and draw walk cycles, jump cycles, run cycles there, right, or any kind of motions there, right, regarding to your storyboard, your planning, your scene there, right, in the futures. Start every single shot and scenes of these animations, of your animation of movements, using only 5 drawings first. You can complete one single motions in 5 drawings. Okay, that's the first rule. So these 5 motions of drawing is going to be the key drawings. Key means the important kind of drawings there, okay? The core drawing for your motions. So you guys have seen that before. Okay, my demonstrations last week, how actually I execute walk cycles into 4 drawings only. By right, we can add another drawings to get more smoother, right? But using only minimal kind of what we call that drawings there, right? Okay, or poses, you can finalize the motions. And of course, I want you guys to learn also how to speed up basically your motions by planning your design. Okay, planning your design. All right. So this is the animation chart there, okay? Every single animators need to have this chart or need to create this chart in order for you to plan your animations. All right. So that's one thing. All right, where is it? My tools. Okay, yes. Alright guys, last week I saw you actually have been working out with what we call that with the tools, okay, with the paint kind of tools, line tools, pencil tools, in order for you to design basically your elements, okay, your elements there, right? So normally for the character design, I'm really try to avoid, okay, by not avoiding design the characters without any what we call that strokes there, right, okay, line works, line art there, right. One of the reasons I'm using line art rather than strokes, we call that without any strokes, okay, I'm using line art like this to design my characters because easy for me to animate them later on. Okay, for example, like this one there, right, I can animate more there, right, okay, like this, for example, see? Easy for me to animate that, okay? And easy for me to change easy for me to move, easy for me to improvise the motion itself. I can plan the motions there. That's one of the reasons that before I'm going to finalize them. Okay, before I'm going to finalize them. That's one of the reasons I using brush strokes or line art for my drawings, for my character design. The other way around, okay, the other reason there, okay, because we can actually design a solid characters. Okay, solid characters. But of course, if you're going to design all these kind of characters element there, okay, parts there, okay, you need to group them up. Groups, Control G. Okay, to group every element that you think is going to be possible for you to move around later on. Okay, that's the things. Okay, groups are going to have a very main kind of part there. Okay, for example, like this. Okay, I draw the body. Okay, make sure you complete all those line works. Okay, close basically the parts there. Okay, then you can fill out later on. So if I have this kind of element like this, okay, I can easily rotate and move separately. See? Okay, I can move separately. That's the reason why we use group there, okay? Some people didn't use this group kind of method there, but I'm using for my design. Okay, I'm using for my design. So it's going to be help me a lot, especially as an animators or independent animators. Okay, as independent animators there, okay? So because you're going to work alone a lot there, okay? So you need to organize basically your working flows. And at the same time, I try to minimize the layer usage, especially when it comes to animate the characters. Especially when I want to animate the characters there, guys. So I try to minimize the layers there. Because if you use a lot of layers, you are going to have a lot of responsibility for your movement. Okay? So that means we need basically to organize them back there, right? Okay, organize, but at the same time make ourselves more easiest to control our characters there. Okay, let's just say we have a lot of limbs, we have a lot of parts there. Okay, like this for examples. Okay, you see there, right? A lot of part there. Okay, so if you not group them up, for example, okay, let's just say you don't group them up. Okay, let's just say you don't group this one, right? You draw eyes, and then you draw another eyes. Suddenly you forgot to group them, right? See? Suddenly you make mistakes when you move around, but you change the shapes there. Okay, you accidentally change the shape there, and if you don't actually group them up, right? See, they combine the shapes together, so we cannot move around the eyes anymore, so you have to redraw back again. So that's why I decide to group them up, so I can actually move the eyes later on, animate the eyes if I want to. Okay, easily to change. All right, so I can actually duplicate, I can scale. You see that, right? Okay, so plan your kind of animations, plan your kind of motions there. Okay, for example, like this, if I have grouped them up, then I want to rotate, for example there, right? Okay, select these key elements, I can rotate it. See, this one I can actually change a little bit. So you can see the motions itself. Okay. So when it comes to design characters, it doesn't have to be designed too complicated. Okay? It doesn't have to be complicated, guys. So what you need to do there, okay, you need to be smart when it comes to design your characters there first. At the same time, learn to simplify things. Okay? Learn to simplify things there. And once you basically you design the characters, okay, once you design the characters, you need to visualize in your mind how to animate them later on. And I want to suggest to you guys there, right, compulsories. When you design your characters, make sure you design in 3/4 view there first. Okay? 3/4 view there first. Try not to design in side profiles or front view at the moment. When I come to design the model sheets for the 3rd weeks, okay, because 3rd weeks there, okay, we start to design the proper characters there. But still, we can use the same models, same design, same ideas, but we going to design 4 to 5 different kind of point of view, what we call that positions. And then we can actually improvise a little bit and also develop a bit more further from there. But today I'm going to show you guys also how actually I'm starting with a very simple design like this, but I can improvise things. I can actually generate a few number kind of ideas that based on the same design. A lot of students there, okay, newbies normally, when they design the characters, they don't actually apply the basic structure and shape. They don't understand the basics kind of structures that form basically those designs. So they keep on designing new characters, new kind of shapes all the time. They don't actually apply the basics kind of methods how to design the characters and improvise them. If you look closely on this design, I'm using the same kind of shapes, but I arrange different kind of positions there for the eyes, and suddenly they become different characters. Okay, if I change the colors, they become different characters, but with using the same shapes, same kind of element there, guys. This is what I call a smart way to develop those designs, especially for the beginners like you guys. But it doesn't mean we cannot use this design for the professional kind of works. Okay, so you have to be more open up your mind there, okay, in order for you to execute your creativities there, okay. Creativities doesn't mean that you have to draw every complex characters there, and later on you have difficulty to animate them, and you're going to waste your times to control a lot of elements there. For me, from one simple design like here, for examples like this, one simple design like this there, right, you design the characters there before, I can actually animate quickly these animations by not using or draw a lot of drawings there. I'm using only one design, but I stretch and squash those characters there to make it the characters jump there, okay, as a jump cycles there. All right, as a jump cycles. So that means in animations, to learn about the principle of animations, you need to start with a very simple kind of object there first. And by right, if you want to design a characters also, you need to know how to simplify your element there first. When you draw comics, maybe, or you draw one single posters for character design, yes, sometimes you actually can do some complex kind of elements there. But when it comes to animations, when you design a lot of complex elements, that means you're going to have a lot of responsibility. Animators has a lot of responsibilities to animate all those elements there. Otherwise, they're going to look stiff. Okay. So that's why we need to know how to simplify things. Or we're going to start with a very simple kind of design, but yet they will look appealing there, guys. Look very appealing. Okay. That's the first thing that you have to remember there, guys. Okay, now let's just say that, okay, I'm going to start to design them first, okay, before I'm going to animate them. So these are basically the same characters, but I design different pose, okay, different pose for them, okay, only. Okay, from this design that we have, I can design another characters there, guys, okay, from the basic shape like this. Duplicate, select and duplicate. Okay, this one I can group them up. Oops. Just group this one first, and don't forget to save your files all the times there. Yeah, last two days there, guys, I had my computer crashed, right? Okay? Suddenly my computer crashed. So halfway the second sessions, after almost 1 hour, all the things that I record, especially for this design, okay, based on this design, okay, I want to animate this design, okay, suddenly everything's crashed, okay, so I cannot actually retrieve back again the animation process, but I still can actually share you guys the first session. And also yesterday I also record another sessions, okay, for those how to work with those keyframing and animations there, okay, before you're going to work with your bouncing ball there, right? So now same design that I have, but I can actually design different elements. You see that, right? What else we can do from here? But I'm not actually using any kind of what we call that, and I'm not paint yet there, okay? I didn't paint anything yet from here. So I'm using multiple kind of shapes. You see? Multiple shapes. Group there first. Every time when you group the object there, okay, they're going to be in front there, right? Okay? Now basically the limbs I'll design different way. See? Alright. Start with a very simple solid kind of shapes there, guys. I can duplicate if I want to, this one there, right? This is one of the way that you work smart also there, okay, duplicate. But of course in 3/4 view this one should be a little bit more smaller there, right? Okay. The legs itself, I actually can design another way around there, right? See? This one can duplicate, modify, transform, flip horizontal, just like using Photoshop and AI there, right? See? So what else there? This one I actually can duplicate, modify, transform, flip horizontals. Then I'm going to put over here 3/4 view there, right? Okay, so the size a bit more smaller a bit there, right? It can be. Okay, so what else there? Design a robot, okay, for example, a robot there, right? I can design the same characters, the same kind of elements, but different kind of characters there. So what I can do, this one I can put right here, rotate, see? This one, rotate, put it right here. Become some sort of like demon there, okay? But 3/4 view. So what else there? Brush. The eyes maybe a little bit bigger. Okay. So maybe I can change the eyes if I want to there, okay? I'm thinking right now there, right? Just stay first. Now the arms I'm going to change. Okay, this one without sketches there, guys. I just straight away draw them, right? Okay, but I will suggest for you guys to sketch first your design. Sketch first your design before you're going to animate the right. Before you're going to design the characters. You see? So without sketches, sometimes it's hard for you to imagine. Okay? So that's why you have to design the real anatomy the first. So why basically I put half of it like this, okay? Because later on, I actually can cover this part like this and put some colors, okay? This one basically to cover, and then I can fill the colors. At the same time, we're going to delete the line works later on. So this one I'm going to delete that first. Alright. The body itself, I can change. So what I'm going to do, I'm design the body look like this a bit. In 3/4 view there, guys. Draw full body. Okay, when it comes to animations, your kind of imaginations will play a lot of role. Your knowledge when it comes to designing characters also going to be play a lot of role from here. Okay, this one I'm going to delete. So maybe I'm going to design different kind of legs. Maybe the legs become like this a bit. Has some muscles a bit there. Okay, there. So that's the reason why I actually put over these characters like this. Okay, this is going to be the leg. The arms maybe like this. Okay, there. To balance them up, I can actually scale a little bit there, right? Okay, this one can be scales a bit, make it more smaller there. So now I have this base design. I actually can duplicate. Yeah, this is how actually I develop those ideas there, guys. Okay, I develop those ideas because if you want to become creative, normally you can use this design and then you actually can improvise a lot from here. And that's basically one of the tips that we can use. Okay, the eyes. Okay, I don't like these eyes. Double clicks. Maybe I can change. So the reason why I design okay, sometimes you saw basically people design the characters like this one there, right? It can be, alright? So, but I try to close all the eyes there first. The line works like this one, and then I can duplicate, modify, transform, flip horizontals there, okay, and scale down, okay, to show the 3/4 view there, guys. Okay, now we have finished those designs. What you can do from here, actually can copy there, right? Again, see there, right? I didn't use the same design, master design, to work on that all the times. And of course, all these design, if you really want to save those design properly, okay, you actually can select them, F8, create, convert into symbol there. This is design number 1, 2, 3. Design number 3. Okay. One of the reason I create the symbols because I want to keep into these libraries there. Once I suddenly accidentally delete there, right? I still can retrieve those kind of design from the libraries. Okay, that's the reason why. Right, this one, F8, design number 4. But if you want to basically there, okay, let's just say you copy this one. If you want to make some adjustment, you need to break apart first. Control B to break apart. Don't actually change anything, okay, from this design. Because why? Because every time you change, if you not break apart this element there, okay, they will be follow there, okay, they will follow, they will be connected to each other there, right? So that's why we have to break apart if we want to make some changes. Okay, so this one, what we can do, okay, let's just say I'm going to change the colors there first. Okay, not too black there, okay, but a little bit on red there, okay, red on the brush, on the strokes. Same goes to this one. Select them up there first. Maybe I can add some colors there. red. Double click, sorry, the right. Double click on the line. Okay, zoom in, delete. Okay, this one you can actually delete at first, and you just flip back again, send you back, and you can scale. According to the perspective there, okay, positions. Okay, right, this one, add some colors there first. Alright, these particular colors there, okay, that I actually use this now, just eyedroppers and send it like that. You see? Okay, same goes to this part there, right? Or if you want to make this one a little bit more darker, go ahead guys, but not too dark. Okay, why? Because I don't want to spend times to design characters that have a common kind of looks and feels. So I will try to improvise things there. Now if you can see that, okay, the body is in front of the layers of the head, so select this one, set to front. Okay, what else that we can do? Okay, the colors of this body there, right? Okay, they fill in into the colors there, okay? Color code script there, right? So now I have the head. Okay, use pencil to cover this one, to close the gap, and then you can fill in the colors back again. Okay, logically, this leg should be at the back there, right? So what I can do, select that first and send to back. Send to back there, okay? Right click, you can actually write free transform, arrange, send to back. Okay. So I didn't basically paint this one there right first, right? So what I can do, double clicks, open up the groups that we can see from there. What else there, right? Eyes. What colors of these eyes there, okay? Red, orange, yellow, maybe. Alright, this one. What color they're going to use? Gray. On this one there, right? A bit more better, okay? To harmonize this design, okay? Colors there. So at this stage, you need to also practice the way that you actually design the colors of those characters there. Okay? The color script or color code there, right? Of your characters. So once you have this one, okay, you actually can develop and design the other way around later on there, okay, these characters over here. So let's just say I have this design, but the design look flat a little bit. Okay, what the things that's good about this characters kind of style there, you have your kind of way of working. You can actually just draw the shadows here. You see that, right? I try to design the shadows that based on those position of those light there. Okay? So I lock the light on from the left side, right side, and then I fill in the colors using color mixture. Shadows there, not too much. A bit there. So this is the shadows. Fill in the colors over here. Double clicks, delete. So check, look, the shadows kind of shifty. It make the what we call that the whole design look more dimensional. Okay, this one, okay, the body itself going to be look like this. Okay, the shadows from the body. So how to design the shadows there, right? You have to use your kind of understanding, abilities, your skills. I don't think that we have time to study the shadows there back again. Okay, so at this stage you need to understand how to work with your design properly. But of course, if you still cannot make it right, my suggestions, please practice first. Okay, your kind of understanding how to work with those design and add some shadows at the same time. Okay, one of the reason I actually doesn't join the limbs there, okay, the parts together, because I want to basically to what we call that to blend using flat color methods that works on that. See, but this one we can change a bit the movements, okay, the alignments. So that's the things there, okay, about these paint kind of techniques. So the shadows still fall off right here. This one, the shadows. Shadows should be fall off right here. You see? So comparing to two different designs, this one flat, this one have solid, can have a volume of tone there, right? Okay? By using only one single flat shadings, okay, one level of shadings there, okay. And the other thing around that we can do, we can actually some highlight if I want to. For example, like this one there, right? So the highlight came from this side, like this. Very simple kind of highlight only. They also give a lot of impact on your design. Okay, this one, we need to apply shadows. You get to have a very good textures from it. So what I can do, add some shadows from there. Okay. So same goes to this one. Okay. So there you go. You actually can add some highlight later on. So right now what you can do right here, okay, you can start to animate that if you want to. Okay, you can start to animate if you want to. So lips, mouth, and whatever that you want to do there, okay, you actually can design also at the same time. Remember one thing, guys, okay, everything that we did is by design. So I just designed a very simple kind of lips like this in 3/4 positions and put it right here. See? All right. What else that we can do? From here, okay, I'm group them up first. I have a reason why basically I group them up, because if I want to design a fang, like this, a fang there, right? Groups, then I actually can use these elements to repaint and mixture there, okay? Of course, this one there, right? I have to modify, transform, flip horizontals there, and then just rotate a little bit. This is all those techniques that you need to learn back again to develop your kind of skills, okay? Especially when you design your characters there. This is basically what we call that week 3 kind of topics, but I want to make it into advanced because I want to make your kind of exercise look more interesting. But you still have to work with the bouncing ball, okay? Bouncing ball exercise. Okay, now, okay, let's just say that, guys, okay, I have these head groups, okay? I want to animate this one. Okay, I can animate using any possibilities that I can. So first of all, we can plan those animations. How to plan them up? Okay, one of the way, okay, I stretch these characters like this. Stretch there, okay? So the eyes are going to be what we call that change a little bit later on. Okay, but the thing is, I can squash also. Okay, to emphasize the what we call that the anticipations of the movements. At the same time, those stretch and squash kind of methods there, okay, in order for me to create the motion itself. So right now, right here, I actually can stretch a little bit more. Okay, if the characters want to jump there, okay. But the thing is, right now, I have to move around these elements right here. Okay, why? Because I want to make more impact on the stretching there. Okay, when they stretch, more impact on the movements there. See? Okay, save that first. So I want to show you guys what are the impact that I made from here before I'm using a chart that works. Okay, chart there, right? So when we plan this kind of motions like this before you're going to animate them, for examples there, right? Okay, let's just say I'm select this one, cut. I'm just add into, okay, open up onion skin outline like this. You see the onion skin outline from here? So if you cannot see that, okay, let me modify the document colors there. Okay, so you guys can see the onion skin over here there. Okay, onion skin. Then I'm going to paste this, what we call that, these poses over here. You see? The next poses, the second one. This is only some of those way we can actually learn how to develop the process of animations there, guys. Okay, open up the onion skin back again. Then I'm going to arrange the movements over here. Okay, save. Oops, no, duplicate, only save there. Okay, the last one, cut, paste, and then enter frame there. Okay, how actually you're going to enter the new frames there. Okay, I'm click F7. So if you check it there, okay, see the motions of these characters there. And I can even actually duplicate the frames, but I made these characters jump over a little bit. See? Jump over a little bit like this. And squash a little bit there. See? See? The motions. This is the basics kind of frame, pose to pose animation kind of keyframes. Okay? If you guys want to learn about the animator, right? So if I loop them up, this is what happens there, guys. See? There. All right. This is basic kind of motions of a bouncing ball, but I'm using a character head there, guys. Okay, we design appealing characters and we try to make it a bouncing ball exercise from here. But for me, the bouncing ball exercise can be a bit more simpler there. Okay, you guys can use a simple kind of elements like this, for example. There, right? Not this one. Oops. Demo keyframes. Okay, this one there, guys. Okay, check it here. simple kind of shapes first, right? Okay, you don't need to design a very complex characters there first. One simple shapes, it can be used, okay, to practice our keyframes kind of motions. Okay, but I just designed a few number kind of, not to impress you guys, but I want you guys to have more clear kind of understanding there, right? How to plan your characters properly later on. How to plan your characters properly. Okay? So, any questions so far before we get to continue with the keyframings kind of keyframing chart and also the animation kind of movement by using the keyframe kind of chart there, right? Any questions? Any question, guys? Anyone have any questions? Please put it on the chat box over there. Respond to me. If you guys have any questions. Okay, when you guys learn how to work with it like this, right? Is it hard or is it easy, right, to execute those designs? Okay, how do you find it, right? It's easy or hard to design those animations? Okay, at this stage, challenging there, Vanessa. Okay, try to simplify those designs there first. Try to sketch a few number kind of ideas there. And once you sketch those designs, please make sure that you guys also can plan and imagine, right, how are you going to animate them later on. From my kind of what we call that from my suggestions, what I can suggest to you guys, if you're going to design an appealing characters, start with the very chibi characters, 2 head of scale, okay, 2 head of scale there, okay, 2 scale of head there, right, okay. So try to minimize basically your kind of alignment proportions for your characters there. Try to simplify them. Use one particular kind of styles or techniques to design the characters, which is chibi characters, 2 head of scales, in order for you to design appealing characters. But for me, the guys, if you design a characters without any head, without any body also, it will be more better there, guys, okay? Just like this one there, right? I designed the characters in none of the head, okay? Doesn't have any head there, right? It doesn't have any body there, okay? But we still can animate them. And we still can use this kind of characters all over again to complete our 12 principles of animations. Okay? So you have to choose the smartest way you guys can execute your design. At the same time, they're going to be look interesting. Okay? They will look interesting. Okay, we can take 5 a bit. Take 5. Just relax yourself first. Okay, around 11:10, I'm going to start with those animations there. Or maybe I will start with some sketches there first. Okay, some sketches there first. Okay, back again. All right. Okay, guys. Okay, we have a few minutes there, right? Okay, before we start back again. I want you guys to try to draw something. Okay, or if you have done a few number kind of sketches, I want you guys to share with me there, right? Okay. So I'm going to call random guys. And I want to see whatever that you guys have planned, okay, to animate or to design all those characters there. Okay, please share with me there, okay, before we're going to start our next kind of demonstrations. Okay, we got around, okay, let's just say 10 minutes. I want you guys to draw something there, okay, based on this Adobe Animate kind of tools. And I want to see the results in 10 minutes. Any simple characters there, guys, first, okay? Using groups, okay, every element that you're going to design. Okay, Control G for groups. Guys, you can start now, okay? I want to see those kind of design in 10 minutes there. Yeah, kinda, right? You can sketch traditionally, you can use Photoshop to sketch. Okay, a rough kind of sketch, okay? An idea there, right, that you have in mind. Okay? If you want to share screens, I also don't mind it, guys, okay? I would love to see the review. If someone wants to share screens using Photoshop, alright, for any kind of what we call that device, please there, okay? You can share your screen there, okay? Anyone want to share screens? Share your screen. How is it, guys? Jeshuan, Zhenhao, Wenkai, are you guys here? Zhenhao, are you here, dear Zhenhao? And Jiaxuan. Wenkai, are you here? Not alright, Wenkai. Can you respond to me alright? Zhenhao? Please respond alright? And Jiaxuan. Yes? Zhenhao. Zhenhao is here? Is it?
I'm here.
Zhenhao, Wenkai, and Jiaxuan. Jiaxuan is here? Jiaxuan. Li Jiaxuan, alright. Alright guys, how's it guys? Anyone can share your screen? Anyone want to share screen there? So are you guys ready? Just a rough sketch there guys, just a rough sketch. Guys, are you guys ready there? I want to see your first sketch. Okay, this sketch that you're going to be work on with, right? It doesn't have to be final directly. We actually can improvise from there. Okay, from time to times. Alright, that's the thing that we can do. Alright, can I see your first sketch there guys? Okay, come on there guys, okay? For the sessions. Okay, Vanessa, share your screen there first. Just let me see there, okay, how it works there, right? Thank you very much, that's right. Okay. I can see detail there, okay? I can see details there, right? The cat. Okay, Vanessa, start with a 3/4 view. Okay? Guys.
Quarter view?
Yeah, 3/4 view there, okay? Every single design there, okay, first.
Like the back front side, is it?
Just start with 1/3/4 view first.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, those designs should be in 3/4 view there, guys, okay? You understand what I mean? This is the front view there, right? No, this is front view. I want you guys to start with a 3/4 view because later on, when you guys start with the 3/4 view, okay, it's easy for you to start the animations there. Start to learn about the animation, walk cycle, whatever they are, okay, that you're going to do. Okay? I'm not saying that you cannot use front view, okay, to design your characters there. But sometimes, when you want to experiment with your kind of motions, okay, and to be more effectively develop those kind of motions, you can design a lot using this 3/4 view there, okay? You can do a lot of things in the 3/4 view there, okay? Even though you're going to work with walk cycles, also you can do in the 3/4 view, okay? All right, Melissa, and the rest of you guys there, right? Anyone else there want to share screen? Come on there, guys. Anyone else want to share screen? No one? Come on there, guys. What are you guys doing there, right? I don't know whether next week we're going to have a face-to-face. Hopefully we can have the right. Okay? Once we have the face-to-face kind of sessions, right, I want you guys to get ready with this exercise there, okay? Okay, if we take a look at the planning that Mistake actually have been given to us right here. Okay, the planning there, right? Week 2, basically we're going to work with the bouncing ball. But this week is a week 2 there, right? I'm starting to introduce you guys some of the general tools that you guys been learning before in Mistake classes, right? But I'm upgrading basically the tools that you're going to use by developing the characters. That means we work in advance there, guys. We work in advance there. Because in animation, there's a lot of things that you need to catch up there, right? But the thing is, I want you guys to have the best kind of methods in a very short time that you actually can design the characters at the same time you're going to animate them. A lot of people fail to design good characters, and suddenly they also feel a bit kind of confused to move the characters at the same time there, okay? Because they're too ambitious there, guys. Okay? They're too ambitious there. Okay, what basically Vanessa actually have done there, okay? Okay, this one, okay, this is basically our planning there, guys, for next week. We're going to go back to back there, okay? Bouncing ball, bowling ball, balloon, bouncing ball with tails. I don't know whether you guys are going to work this kind of exercise in Mistake classes. If you guys were working in Mistake classes, then we're actually going to jump over into the next exercise there, guys, okay? So maybe you're going to start to focus on those designing characters there, okay? So hopefully, okay, this kind of what we call that lessons can give you a bit more kind of understanding here from there. Okay, what I'm saying about this design, okay, if you need to design 3/4 view, okay, for example, the thing that I saw from Vanessa just now there, right? Okay, let's just say you design the character just now. Okay, in 3/4 view. Okay, like this. Okay, 3/4 view there, right? Okay. So that means, right, these characters, the eyes are going to be right here, is it? And the alignments is not centered. Okay, this is the 3/4 view kind of positions. 3/4 view kind of positions. Okay. If I want to design front view for these characters, okay, I'm going to cut over here there first. Take a look there, okay? Duplicate, modify, flips there, right? See? This is going to be front view. Take a look there, guys. How easy we can actually develop there, right? If you understand the proportion of your design, your own design. Okay? That's the different things there, guys, okay? But what I'm talking about right now, okay, from three-quarter view like this, then you're going to design what? The body itself. The body also has to be looked in the right positions. Okay, let's just say this is the body from three-quarter view. Why? Because there's a buttocks over there. Okay, for examples, send you back, just a little bit of alignment there, right? Huh? See? And then I can design also the tail. See? Simple kind of tails there, right? For example, like this. So when you work with three-quarter view like this, easy for you to animate them. That's one thing. But of course, don't draw tails yet. Try to minimize them, okay? Because you can use those tails later on, okay? Because in those exercises, we have 3-4 different kind of exercises. But what I want you guys to work with right now, from here, okay? Let's just say I have this design, then I can actually start to develop those characters kind of movement, for example. Okay, let's just say like this, okay? I want to animate these characters like this. Okay, I don't know whether this is a cat or whatever the racket that we have. So what I can do from here, if I want to make some solid design, more kind of volume for this design, what I can do, I actually can create a shadows. Okay, like that. This one, the shadows are going to be fall off to that side. Okay, like this. See? This kind of methods, how to design the shadows, you have to do your research, okay? Your own research. The eyes itself, maybe I can add a bit more darker there, okay? And then I'm going to add some highlight a little bit. Just to make the characters look more alive there. Okay, save the files. Okay, once I get these characters right, save, close. Now we're going to start to animate them. Okay, this is your first drawings. Okay, this is your first drawings there. Okay, the key chart there, okay, that we're going to do. So this is the keyframe chart there, right? Save the files. Week 2, group 8, demo 4 keyframes. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to start with the first keyframes. Okay, the first keyframes. This is the first keyframe there, guys. Okay, the first keyframes of these drawings over here. Okay, add new layers there, okay? Different layers there. But I didn't group them up, okay? So the point of this kind of exercise, and the point of these formulas, right? We need to use only 5 drawings for these motions. So I'm going to copy basically this chart there, okay? And I'm going to add another drawings right here. This is a final drawings there, right? Final keyframes. Okay. The main objective right now, the mission is right now, okay? We want to make the point, this character from point A, the first frames, until frame number 5. Okay, frame number 5 there, okay? The last keyframes are going to be look like, okay, I'm going to move over here, the last keyframes. This is basically the last keyframe, the final kind of pose. This is what we call pose to pose, okay? First keyframe, second keyframe there, okay? And 5 keyframe. Only 5 drawings to animate these motions. 5 drawing only there, guys. Okay, every single motion that you're going to do there, okay, later on, start with 5 different drawings there, okay? 5 different drawings to finish, to complete basically the motions. Now, our job is, go to first frames, go into the third frames, copy those chart there, right? And then what I'm going to do right now, right here, I'm going to add another frames right here. We call middle key frame. Okay, middle key frame, middle key there, okay? So the middle key frames, I'm going to use the same kind of drawings at the moment. Then I want to make this character jump over there, okay? So what I'm going to do right now, okay, to make sure that I know basically the right kind of arc, which is one of the principal animations, to make this character jump there, okay, I have to open up this onion skin. Onion skin there, right, see? This is the onion skin we call there, okay? We have the transparent kind of layers there. So these third drawings, I'm going to put it over here, see? Because I want to make the character jump there, right? So that means we have 1, 2, 3 drawings there. This is basically how we staging, how we plan basically the animations movements there, guys. The concept of animation movements there. And I want you guys to use the chart, this chart there, right? One of the reasons, because if you learn how to plan animation like this, your animation will be more organized. Will be more organized there, right? Okay? So we have third keyframe, okay, which is the middle keyframes. Always start with 1 and 5 there, right? Always 1 and 5 there first. So the next drawings are going to be the second keyframes, which is we call in between. So what I'm going to do right here, open up back again the onion skin. So before they jump, normally we're going to anticipate the motions. Okay, I'm going to squash a little bit. Maybe I can actually write just a little bit the alignment there, okay? Skew a little bit from there. So I want to show basically the momentums of launching those kind of jumping there, okay? The jump itself there, right? This is how actually we animate it, guys. Pose to pose animations. But of course, we can change the position. We can change basically the what we call that the poses, okay, according to the actions that we need to apply there, okay. This is only a simple kind of motions from there. So from here, okay, I have copied basically the chart there, right? So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to add another in between on the chart there, right? We call IB in between, okay? And the next, the last one, drawings are going to be the fourth one there, right? Okay, the fourth one. Okay, the fourth one, let's just say right here, IB. The animation should be look like, okay, the actions, the next actions that this character is going to do there, okay? I'm going to roll over here the arc itself, okay? We can see the arc itself there, right? So then I'm going to skew a little bit like this. You select them back, skew a bit, exaggerate that, right, and exaggerate at the same time. See how I actually exaggerate that, right? So this is what we call animations kind of motions there. And if you guys can see, okay, I create an arc from here. Okay, the arc of these animations here. If you guys take a look there, right, I create an arc for these animations. Okay, an arc there, right, for these animations. See, an arc there. Okay, of these animations. So what I'm going to do right now, okay, this is one of the principle of animations there, guys. Okay, principle of animations there, the arc itself there, right. Study about the arc there, right. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to add another in between to make this animation look more smoother. Otherwise, if you check it closely, when I loop them back, see, the motion is quite fast, right? I have to add another frames to extend the frames into 1 second animations. How are we going to do that? We're going to extend the frames, okay? Normally when people thought that, okay, to animate the characters in 1 second, we have to do a lot of drawings. If you really think smart, you can actually avoid do every single poses in 1 single frames, every single frames. You can actually escape the poses there, okay, by extending the frames in order for us to show basically the right kind of timing for that kind of motions. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here, okay, we can start with extend the frame by using F5. Extend the frames. Okay, let's just say I'm going to extend around 3 frames for every single drawings there, guys. You will see the speed of these animations will become a bit more natural. Okay, more natural there, guys. Now we extend into 15 frames per second. We're supposed to have 25 to add those what we call that the natural kind of what we call that 1 second animations there, right? Can you see the motions over here? They start to be slow a little bit there, okay, and become a bit more natural. Okay, from here I can actually, okay, this is basically the timing. Okay, if you want to animate these characters using this kind of timing like this, okay, you have to extend more frames, right? The more frame that you actually add for every single drawings, the more natural it's going to be, okay? The words are going to be natural, so, okay? I'm using natural kind of words, okay? But normally we call the more standard kind of timing that we actually can get from there. Okay, let's just say I extend them right into 4 different frames. Now we have around 20 frames per second there, right? See? So the animation a bit more smoother there, right? Okay? And slower at the same time. So from here there, guys, we can add a lot of another 2 different kind of what we call that in between, small in between. Okay, from 2 to 3 we actually get another in between there, right? At the same time, okay, for example like this one there, right, when the characters, okay, when the characters launch over to the 3rd frames, I want to make some changes right here. This one there, right, I want to make some rotations. I want to rotate a little bit because the actions are going to be changed. Rotate a little bit like this, for example. Okay, this is one of the way, not the only way there, guys. Okay, and of course, all right, the head also I can actually, right, stretch a little bit and skew there. Okay, change a bit the positions. You see? Now if you can see there, okay, the changes of the motions. See? That's why when it comes to animations, you must be able to imagine properly there, guys. Okay? So what we can do from here, let's just say I'm going to extend first the frames over here. The first frames, because I want to hold a little bit the motions like this, and the last frame also I'm going to hold a little bit, okay, the motions, okay, around 25 there, right? Okay, check look at the motion itself there, guys. See, a bit more slower there, more slower there, right? So what I can do right here, okay, when they launch basically these motions like this, okay, this is the first drawings, the second drawings. Then when they actually jump over there, right, what I can do, I actually can duplicate this one, and then I'm start to add the chart there, okay, first. Okay, this one is going to be 2.5 in between, okay. So what I'm going to do over here, this one, I'm going to open up those onion skin. Then I'm going to launch those jumping there, okay. But in order for me to develop this kind of stretching there, right, I have to exaggerate a little bit the motions there with basically some sort of like balance with the design, okay, with the alignment itself. Can you see? So you guys can actually see the different kind of motion from here. They become a bit more natural there. That's why in animations, when you design some things, you must be able to know how to animate every single body part of your design. Everything that you design, if everything that you create is by design, you're not just simply design something without having enough kind of understanding there, how to animate them later on, okay? So I want to design a weight for these animations there. A weight is a part of those principle of animations. I apply also some stretch and squash directly at the same time. Squash and stretch directly for this particular kind of elements, okay? I'm going to close this one at first. Okay, you see that, right? And now the last part are going to be when the characters, basically these characters, okay, right now right here, I can actually move a little bit like here, or maybe move a little bit right here, see? Because I want to make some impact on those motions there. But I squash a little bit, okay? I'm stretched a little bit right here. Stretch those motions there, okay? So once basically they launch right here, there, right? This is the final kind of movements. I'm going to add another, okay, 4.5 in between, okay, for these motions there. So the motions are going to be squash back again, squash again. But I'm going to change the positions. See? You see that, right? The motions become more naturals and more logic at the same time. Okay, that's why when we animate something there, okay, we need to imagine that first. See? So the characters' motions a bit more natural there, guys. Using one simple characters, am I actually redesign all those drawings? No, right? I didn't actually draw new elements there. I'm just using the element that we draw at the first stage. Okay? To animate the characters using the principle of animation there, which is the arc, the exaggerations, the stretchings, stretch and squash, squash and stretch there, right? What else there? I'm using basically anticipations. I'm applying also a weight and also the solid drawing for this design. Okay, using a very simple kind of characters, you can actually apply these 12 principles there. So that means try not to draw a complicated design there, guys. Okay, with this design, you guys can do a lot of great things from there. Okay, try to simplify them first. But of course, you need to have a concept of your characters, the subject matters of your characters there. Okay, when you design them. All right. So this is the chart of those animations, how we plan those animations there. Of course, we can do a lot of things from here. Okay, I can design the characters, exaggerate this kind of expressions later on if I want to. Okay, and of course, from this design, I can do a lot of duplications there. Okay, and to repeat those motions at the same times. Okay, so at the moment, learn one single kind of what we call that motion step first. Okay, in order for you to learn to know how to use the keyframes. Okay, keyframings, post-to-post animations is a very important kind of skills or formulas that you guys have to learn in order for you to become an animator. If you don't know how to use this keyframing kind of animations, your animation are going to be look stiff, are going to be look dull there, right? Okay, and it will be look a bit more like a puppet there, okay? Instead of soul, you can add a soul inside those design there, right? Okay. So there has to be look alive there, guys. Animations characters, there has to be look alive. Okay. It doesn't have to be look like a puppet there, okay? Unless you design a puppet lah for your design for your characters there, okay? A puppet or robot, okay? But nowadays, a robot design also, we actually add some living, live kind of energies there, okay? Or actions there, okay? Or emotion at the same time, okay? That's the thing that we can do for this particular kind of practice there, right? Okay. You see that, right? Using the same elements, but I just skew a little bit only. I can animate the character there. So my suggestions, please watch a lot of cartoons. The references that I give you guys in our Google Classrooms are going to be one of the best kind of references that you guys can use in order for you to guide your kind of way of approaching your sense of animations. Okay? Alright, earlier there, okay, I give you guys these pencil-made animations. Okay, I've shared basically this kind of what we call that videos there. So these videos can be used as a part of your guideline there, okay, how to animate properly those designs. Okay? So if you take a look at my kind of what we call the demonstration earlier there, okay, when I design these characters, I can straight away animate this one, and also can add also some emotion on those characters at the same time. So learn to animate, to design fast, and learn also how to design an appealing characters without worrying too much about the complexity of your element and design. Okay? And making those designs look more interesting there, guys. Interesting doesn't have to be too complicated, okay? It can be a shape of square, a shape of wood, okay? A shape of a simple kind of object there, guys, okay, to start with, in order for you to animate the characters efficiently there, right? Okay? Any questions? Any question there, guys? You have any question there, guys? We go round tables. Are you sure? So hopefully this lesson will give you a bit more, open up your mind more there, okay? How you're going to plan your kind of next exercise and also your assignments later on. Each one of you guys need to understand how to use the tools correctly, how to design those characters properly before you're going to animate them. Okay? Alright. If you guys don't have any questions, hopefully these videos, okay, this demonstration will give you guys more kind of insight how actually it works. For me there, guys, okay, if I want to sketch, okay, let's just say I'm going to design these characters but in different way. In different way there, guys, okay? What I can do, Okay, the next page there, right? I can basically try to design these characters. Let's just say I want to make this character have some expressions there, right? So I can actually design the characters a bit more, exaggerate like this, open up the eyes, see? See? So sketch a little bit, okay, roughly, the expressions. So when you have rough this animation like this, right, see? Rough animation like this, right? Then you actually can redesign them back. So what I'm going to do right here, okay, roughly this is my rough sketch. So I'm going to add first, okay, where is it just now? Go back roughly, okay, the line work first, the colors over here, highlight, the shadows, okay, the body itself, okay, this, call that the eyes there, right? So what I'm going to do right here, start with design basically those, okay, maybe exaggerate a little bit like this, okay, exaggerate a little bit the shapes, stretch a little bit, groups. Now I draw basically those, mouth there, groups, okay, draw basically those eyes, okay, some expressions. So this one at the mouth itself, you can use also pencil tools like this. Design the what we call the inside mouth there, we call. So I just simply design those using shapes, okay, not using line there, okay. We can mix them up there, guys, okay. These are all creativities that works on that. See? So the head, colors. So the next thing is I wanted to design the shadows, okay. So what else there? The body itself. Okay, I didn't draw the bodies yet. So the bodies are going to be a bit more like this. You extend a bit. Oops. Group first. Okay, delete this one. Okay. So this one I delete a bit there at first, right? So I'm using selections because I haven't grouped yet, right? Then I'm going to add the colors from here, see? This one can be set at the back. So this one there, okay, if I want to extend a little bit, stretch more, extend, and then this one can stretch more there, right? Okay, if you go through with this design, okay, cut them up. This one, right? Remember, okay, you don't have to follow exactly sometimes those sketch. You can actually improvise a little bit, but according to those design that you actually have been working on. You have to know how your character is. See, I can exaggerate a bit more the character there. See, extend a little bit, so he become a monster there. It can be. All right. So that's why you have to work smart when it comes to design those characters. So you need to understand your possibilities that you can use these characters as a part of your way to develop your kind of animations later on. Okay, that's all. All right. So I think that's it, guys. Okay, about the lessons for today, for this week. So enjoying the process of exploring your Flash, your Adobe Animate at the same times. I'll see you guys around next week, hopefully in the face-to-face, and we get ready to animate the bouncing ball there, okay? Well, if you have done those bouncing balls, just let me know, so we're going to do another lessons, okay, about designing the characters, okay, model sheet from different positions, okay, and then how actually we're going to animate them, okay, later on, okay, working with the walk cycle or whatever, okay. So thank you very much. Have a good day. I'll see you guys around next week. Thank you for having me today, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoying the demonstrations. All right. So have a good afternoon. All right. Have a good lunch, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye. Welcome there, right? Welcome.